everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have another reaction video for you, and I'm really excited for this one because this one is about black magic, which if you saw my first reaction video, you know I'm not the biggest fan of witchcraft and Wicca and black magic and that kind of stuff because in my personal opinion, I just find that there's better, more, I don't want to say good because there is no good, there's no bad, but in my opinion there's things that work better, such as Reiki and subconscious reprogramming and the law of attraction. So I just never really think anyone should go to the extent of doing witchcraft and Wicca and black magic, but I'm excited to see what she has to say. So her name is Zolita, and this video is called Black Magic Hex Alternatives. So let's get into it.
Hey guys, this is Zolita, and welcome to Magic Mondays.
Oh!
Hello! Long time.
She's a little saucy. That was kind of cool. Alright, I like it. I dig it.
No C, haven't been on Magic Mondays for a while. And Black Magic, the intro song for Magic Mondays, is finally out. I'm so excited. If you haven't listened to it yet in full, go listen to it. I put it out like a little visual stream kind of thing on YouTube. That's not the actual official music video. That'll be coming later. So for today's video, I wanted to, in honor of Black Magic, do a video on my favorite Black Magic alternative spell. So this spell kind of combines a little bit of uncrossing, binding, and send the energy back. I put a little question, like a little poll on my channel asking which one you guys wanted to see, and this one kind of combines all three of them. Okay, so when someone hurt me really badly, instead of putting a hex on them or a black magic spell on them, I've talked about it before, but I think that black magic is a little bit of a waste of energy because it's gonna...
Would you look at that? Man, I might actually, okay. So far, so good.
Come back, the karma's gonna come back to you anyways. I think it's better to spend energy making your life better than making someone else's life worse. So the idea of sending the energy back. So all of the pain and all of the harm that this person has done to you, you're sending those feelings back to their rightful owner, the person who created that energy. And not to say you're sending them pain and you want them to be in the same pain that you were, because that's not productive at all. But the idea is that you want to send them, you want to make them understand that they hurt you and also prevent them from doing it again and just realize that they did wrong. And just send that, all that stuff that doesn't belong to you because it belongs to them. They are the ones who put out that bad energy. Send it back to them and let them deal with it. Super exciting. Also in honor of Black...
Okay, I'll stop right here for a little bit. So, in Reiki, which is what I'm certified in, and in other practices, I'm sure they do this. But basically what it is, in general terms, is you clear yourself in relation to a specific person. So hypothetically, if someone hurts you, if let's say your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend cheated on you and it caused all this emotional turmoil and blah blah blah, and you just really don't like this person, you can use Reiki, you can use some of these emotional healing practices to clear you in relation to that person. So you're not really focusing on that person, you're not sending that person energy because it's not really your will and your right to control someone else's life in that kind of thing and curse them, if you will. So the cool thing that she's saying is when you are sending something back, I don't know exactly specifically what she's going to get into with that and where she's sending it back to, but the basis of it is you are letting go of stuff that doesn't belong to you, because at the end of the day, we are all in these meat suits with emotions, and as you know, emotions are caused by hormones. So really, all an emotion really is hormonal at the root of it. And so, okay, think how I want to say this. Hmm. Basically, you want to look at situations as what you need to do for yourself to change and feel better, and look at the other person in a more neutral way, because it's their path and it's their life, and at the end of the day, anybody that's ever caused us harm and hurt us was for a greater purpose, and it's part of the lessons we're learning here on this planet. And so basically what she's saying is you're healing yourself in relation to a person. So if someone cheats on you, you're going to heal your own pain in relation to that person. You're not going to focus on cursing that person and sending that person bad energy, because at the end of the day, like, people get hurt and it's all part of a bigger lesson. So
Black magic, I'm going to be selling these little spell kits of the spell that I'm about to do. So the spell kits are going to come in these little cute little black packages, and they are going to include a black candle, and this isn't carved right now, but it's going to be carved by me and dressed by me. And then it's also going to include black tourmaline, a chunk of black tourmaline, and then it's also going to include the written spell, handwritten by me, and then also a little paper that you're going to need for the spell. So the black candle is going to be for uncrossing and for just letting go of what that person did to you. It's really easy to hold on to our stories and our drama. I know I did that for a very long time. When someone hurts you really badly, you make that kind of like a part of your identity, and that's not helping you at all. It doesn't help you to move on, and you are not what that person did to you, and you need to remember that. And so for the black candle, it's an element of candle magic, and you're going to be letting go of what that person did to you. And the black...
That's a very good point she brought up, because a lot of people are they identify with their trauma and they identify with their emotions. And when you do that, it's just not possible for you to heal. It's not possible for you to heal when you take on that as part of your identity. At the end of the day, we have to forgive, and people have to let go, because it's the only way to really be happy. So I like that she brought that up.
Tourmaline in there is to protect you from further attack from this person or from anyone in general. Black tourmaline is amazing. It's a great crystal. It is a crystal of protection. I carry a giant chunk with me at all times, especially when I'm traveling and on airplanes, because I get travel anxiety. So to start the spell,
I don't know a whole lot about black tourmaline, but I do know that you can use crystals for certain reasons, and I would just look it up what certain crystals are used for. But I was always taught in Reiki that you just infuse the crystal with whatever purpose you want it to. Basically, you're setting an intention. Set the intention that that crystal is doing what you want it to do, and make sure when you buy them from the store, you clear them, because people touch them, and if they've been, if people's energy are in them, you don't really want that. So make sure you would clear the crystal before using it. And if you don't know how to clear the crystal, something simple you could do is just, in your mind, set the intention that it's clear.
Are going to want to, everybody cleanses their area in a different way, but you can use some sage, or you can use some Palo Santo. Personally, I like Palo Santo because I like the way it smells. I don't love the way sage smells, but you can kind of choose your own adventure. Alright, lit it. So you're going to cleanse your space. You can cast your magic circle in whatever way you want. If you don't have sage, if you don't have Palo Santo, that's fine too.
Is anyone else wondering what a magic circle is? I'm very curious to know what a magic circle is. Okay.
If salt, you can make a little salt circle. That gets a little messy sometimes though. If you have candles you want to mark it off with, or if you want to mark off the 4 directions with crystals, you can do that. Or you can just do nothing, you just visualize the circle. That's fine too. I don't really have those materials with me right now, so I'm just cleansing the space. So you're going to have your 3 materials ready. You can have your black chime candle. If you buy it from...
So the only thing that really I have to point out is saging just kind of moves the energy around, and saging doesn't really clear anything. If you're trying to clear something, you have to set the intention that you're clearing specific things. And what I've noticed in the past when people sage stuff, they're literally just like scattering the energy and it really doesn't do much. And I know there's people that are like obsessed with saging, people that sage every single day, and if it works for you, that's great, but it's not necessarily doing much. I just have to say that about sage.
For me, it'll already be carved, and if you just get it on your own, you can carve it whatever way you want, and then you're going to have the black tourmaline. So get those ready and put those like in your little working space. So you're going to meditate for 3 to 5 minutes just to get in that meditative headspace and get ready to cast. Once you're done meditating, you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to write down what you want to let go of. Whether that's just the name of a person, or you can get really specific, like letting go of something that someone did to you, or some kind of feeling that someone made you feel. Just write down whatever it is. Okay, so then you're gonna take your little chime candle, put it in the holder, and then you're gonna put the black tourmaline just on top of the piece of paper for the beginning part of the spell. Now that you've meditated, you're going to call in the 4 elements. So we'll do this together right now. Lords of the watchtowers of the east, lords of air, I do summon, call, and stir you up to witness my rights and guard my circle. Lords of the watchtowers of the south, lords of fire, I do summon, call, and stir you up to witness my rights and guard my circle. Lords of the watchtowers of the west, lords of water, I do summon, call, and stir you up to witness my rights and guard my circle. Lords of the watchtowers of the north, lords of earth, I do summon, call, and stir you up to witness my rights and guard my circle. Mother Earth, I call on you. Father Sky, I call on you. That's how I call in the 4 elements.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly what she just said. I don't know the extent of what she's calling on, but what I do know is we all have an intuition, and the more we practice listening to it, the stronger it gets. Basically, the more we trust it. I got some weird chills when she read that. I didn't get the best feeling. When you call in that kind of stuff, it is really easy to call in negative energy and stuff that's just not coming from a really clear space, and that did not really resonate with me all too well, and I got kind of like bad chills. So I'm just going to trust my intuition that was a little funky, and I really wouldn't recommend y'all be calling in lords of the whatever she said. But let's see what happens.
Elements, and now you're ready to say your spell. I'm going to read to you what the spell is that I like to use for this. Combine a few spells that I found online and then put in my own personal touch. And then you can change it to how you see fit. And I'm calling on Goddess Kali because I resonate with her. You can call on any goddess, or you can call on an element or anything that you identify with. Goddess Kali, sacred force of might, lend your strength to me this night. The pain and grief they so easily give, it can be the name of the person, or you can just say they, must be returned so they may live, to know and feel what they have done, and change their ways with harm to none. Send back the pain, teach them this night, and help them to do what they know is right. Uncross the harm sent to me, send it back gracefully. So that is the spell. I love this spell so much. It's not an angry, mean spell, and you're literally just helping the person realize that they did wrong and sending back the energy. Now you are going to repeat the spell as many times as you need to really, really feel it. You can memorize it if you want. It's a pretty long spell, so it might be hard to memorize.
Okay. So, I know she said this isn't like an angry, mean spell, and like on the surface level, yeah, I could see how this doesn't come across as something that inherently is trying to be mean. But it's really important to keep in mind when you are getting into witchcraft and black magic, and she's not calling this black magic, but when you're getting into witchcraft, this is witchcraft. Like, let's be honest, what she's doing is witchcraft. And I'm not saying that's bad, but it is what it is. She's doing witchcraft. When you get into that, you are tying into like the energetic field of everything that's in there. And basically, like, the spell is, it seems like it's not tying into the person, but it is, because you're asking that they realize that they have hurt you, they realize what they have done, they realize that they changed their ways, and you're sending the pain back to them. And that is pretty much, you are still kind of binding into that person. So I really wouldn't see this spell working as far as releasing this person from your energy, and as far as, you know, sorting through these emotions and clearing the space. I feel just from watching this and seeing the way that the spell, the affirmation of the spell and the intention of the spell, it still is not really doing what she said it would do. It seems like it's still binding into the person on some layer of them, because the spell is wanting that person to know what they've done. And that's not really what matters in situations like this, especially when it comes to energy work. Like, it really does not matter that another person understands what they did wrong. All that really matters is us individually, and healing from situations with our own strength and our own faith in ourselves, and cutting ties really with people that hurt us, and forgiving and letting go. And this, just not really too convinced that this is a clean, clear spell that doesn't like entangle people's energies.
But yeah, so you're going to repeat it several times. The last time you say it, you're going to light your uncrossing candle as you are saying it. So once you have done that, you are going to, this is the last part of the spell, take your piece of paper and either burn it if you can work with fire, and then put it in a fire safe like metal bowl or something to burn. If you can't work with fire, that's fine too. When I did the spell, I was like somewhere where there was a cliff, basically an edge of a cliff, and I was able to rip up the paper and throw it off the edge of the cliff. You can do something like that. You can just rip up the paper, throw it out the window, throw it just somewhere where you're not going to see those pieces anymore. So after you have burned that piece of paper or release it somewhere, you're going to close your eyes and you're just going to meditate for a few minutes on your spell and just what letting go and feeling weightless is going to feel like. And also just visualizing that person that did harm to you in a good light. Might be hard if they really hurt you, but visualizing them being a good person and not doing bad things to other people, and living lives as their most graceful kind self, and hopefully changing their ways. So just trying to visualize that person being kind of a different new person. After you do that, then you are going to thank the elements, which basically you just say, Lords of the Watchtowers of the East, Lords of Air, I thank you. Lords of the Watchtowers of the South, Lords of Fire, I thank you. Lords of the Watchtowers of the West, Lords of Water, I thank you. Lords of the Watchtowers of the North, Lords of Earth, I thank you. Mother Earth, I thank you. Father Sky, I thank you. And so mote it be. So yeah,
Let's see, like, who are these people? I'd just like to know who these things that she is calling in, because it's really tricky calling in these kinds of things, because at the end of the day, like, our intention could be to want to call in something really good, but we are ruled mostly by our subconscious mind. We're not ruled by our conscious mind as much as we think we are. We are ruled mostly by our subconscious beliefs. So let's say you're calling in the Lord of Air, whatever, thinking it's some really high up dude that's going to help you heal from your ex-boyfriend, but you have a subconscious belief that maybe witchcraft is bad, or you were taught growing up that religion was bad, or there's something, even if it's just one belief that any of this could not work, that's your subconscious mind that's going to dictate what's coming into your field. And it can very well be something not good. So you have to be really careful about what you're calling into your field, and you have to trust your intuition when something doesn't really feel right. So I would not recommend people calling in whatever she said into their field because it seems a little off.
The spell, it really, really worked for me. I did it on I think it was the I did it on the super blood moon. That was in January.
What is a super blood moon? First of all, I'm actually just really curious what all this means. If anyone knows what a super blood moon is, please comment below because I'm very curious to know.
January, and I swear it really, really, really worked for me. And sometimes, it takes time. I don't think I would have been able to do this spell right when all this stuff was happening. It's about 5 months after, and I was really ready to finally nail in the coffin, let go of all of that stuff, and also forgive, really, really forgive. Also help that person realize what they did and that it was wrong. And even if they don't, you, just by knowing that you did what you can to hopefully facilitate that, you feel a little bit more at peace. So I love this black magic alternative spell, and I hope you guys like it too. If you have any questions about any of the materials I was using, let me know. If you want to buy one of these little spell kits that I'm making, they include the handwritten spell that I just said, and they include carved candle, uncrossing candle, and black tourmaline. If you're interested in purchasing one of them, I'm going to put the info on how to do that and pricing and all of that in my info box below. And I'm just doing them for a limited time. So, and also I'm going to do just one giveaway of one of these. So comment below what you think about this spell and any thoughts in general, and you'll be entered to win one of these uncrossing, send the energy back, binding spell kits. I'm such a Libra, I can't decide on anything, so it was really hard for me to decide to do one of those 3 things. So that's why I combined them into a spell that has all the components. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed black magic. If there's any other black magic alternatives that come up for me that I end up liking and using, I will let y'all know. And thank you so much for watching Magic Mondays, and I will see you again very soon, probably in 2 weeks. Bye!
This video is kind of tricky because I know there's a lot of people out there who gravitate to this kind of thing, who gravitate to witchcraft and spells because it's cool. Honestly, as a young person, I could see how this would seem super cool because you get candles and you get to play with magic and you get to see what happens with it, and there's incense and there's crystals and it's very Harry Potter-esque. However, you gotta be really careful about when you call certain names into your meditation and when you call in certain beings, because at the end of the day, we have infinite potential in ourselves. And we were all created of something so far beyond what we could ever imagine. And people don't give enough credit to this, who we are and what it probably took for, we're literally walking miracles. We are literally walking miracles. Our eyes blink and our heart beats and we wake up and we sleep, and it's just we are walking miracles, and we have something inside of us that is so far beyond what we could ever imagine, and we can heal ourselves instantly. We really can with just faith and trust alone. We can heal anything, and we can do this through meditation, through yoga, through Reiki, through breath work, through these kinds of things, through releasing emotional trauma. So I just don't really see the necessity in calling in these beings that she was calling in, the elements, and to me it just seems like it would be very easy to fall into something that's of a low vibration, because witchcraft, generally speaking, does not have a high vibration, and you're kind of tapping into, like I said, the dream world, like where there's beings and where whatever you think just kind of appears. It's kind of like a fun house of mirrors, and it's whatever you think it is, and it's not necessarily pure, and it's not necessarily truth. And if people had more faith in themselves, and if people knew how special they were, I really don't think they would have like an incentive to be kind of looking into stuff like this and calling in those kinds of Lord beings. But I understand, as someone who's into witchcraft, clearly I understand where she's coming from, that she's not trying to hex someone, she's not trying to curse someone, because she understands the danger that that can actually do. Because yes, you can in fact curse someone by thinking negatively about someone. If their vibration is low enough, they're going to take that on from you. They're going to take on that thought from you, because at the end of the day, we're all energy. We all vibrate at a certain frequency. It's so easy to read each other's minds. It's just how we are. So yeah, this one was kind of tricky, but all in all, I wouldn't recommend doing this, because it seems like it could be pretty easy to slip into calling in some stuff that's really not for your highest and best good. But that was really fun to react to, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video, and thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos, and I will see you guys next time.